in case I'm busy, I'm out of town, I'm doing a wedding somewhere out of state that I
Right.
can send my clients to. And now let me tell you, honey, I will send my clients to you in a heartbeat.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
So I
that's another
wanted,
thing. Like,
mhm,
I don't
go
know.
ahead.
I guess with women, this type of industry, females in general, whether
Welcome to another episode of Behind the Beauty Podcast. I am your host, Glamrocs, and I would like you to like and share this episode. Now, tonight, I have a very exciting guest, and her name is Makeup Gawd. I am so excited to bring her on and for you to know more about her. Now, just to let you guys know a little bit on why I created this podcast. As a makeup artist in the game for 8 to 9 years now, sometimes I lose count because I did quit once. I wanted to allow my guests and my viewers to learn more about the makeup artist that they see on set. I want you guys to know she has over 45K followers on IG and she be knocking out these look. Let me introduce her and bring her in.
hi, how
Hi.
are you?
Hi, the Makeup God. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Girl, as you can see, I'm cheesing. I'm so excited to have you on tonight on this podcast. I would like to introduce everyone to the Makeup God.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on here. I just want you to know that I'm a huge fan of yours as another makeup artist here in South Florida.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I was just telling our guests that the reason why I created this podcast, being a makeup artist 8 to 9 years, because I did quit 1 year, that
No.
we are just more than makeup artists. And a lot of people want to be a makeup artist or want to start a small business, and they don't know the background that goes into this.
They don't.
So please let our guests know a little more about you.
Well, I am 29 years old. I've been doing makeup for about 6+ years, but I really started to take it seriously during the pandemic, 2020. Um, I'm really talented in a lot of things like singing, writing. I'm not really a person who knows how to draw, so it's funny that I actually got into makeup. Put me with paper and pencil, I can't do that. But with a face, I can do it with makeup.
Wow.
Right.
That is so, you know what? That is crazy because I used to draw so much in elementary and high school. And till this day, I doodle on, even though I'm in the medical field, on the back of the patient's chart, the part
Hmm.
that y'all don't see,
Yeah.
I be scribbling, dabbling all day long.
I don't know how to doodle at all. Like it looks like chicken scratch. It's bad. But with makeup, like I don't know, it flows easily. So I knew that's what I wanted to do.
So I looked at your IG. However, I've been following you a while, and I remember when you was at like 20,
Hmm.
20K,
Hmm.
something like that. And I remember that's the time I started seeing you come on as a suggested, I guess, person you should follow.
Be acting, music, makeup, hair. It's like they have this thing where they don't want to share clients. Like I could be booked and then I would say, okay, you could reach out to, Rock and see if she's able to take you. Like I will refer you to this makeup artist. I trust her work and I know that that's something that you would like. But some people, they don't do that. They'll just be like, oh no, I'm not
That's
available.
crazy to me. I don't
Right.
gatekeep at all.
Exactly. It's
Let me
enough
tell
money
you,
in the industry for everybody.
I don't know why people are like that. And I mean, were you born and raised in Dade?
Yeah, I was born and raised.
Okay. So I was raised in Low Haiti. So I was born and
Me
raised down
too.
here. Girl,
Yes. I'm uptown Little Haiti,
what?
77th
Okay.
Street.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm Haitian.
Okay.
And it's like when I started in this makeup artist field, I started following people on it was makeup Facebook groups back then
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody started like, oh, if you don't go to school, you don't get your certificate, you're not a real makeup artist. So you know what that made me do? Go real
But,
hard.
right.
Because I'm self-taught. Are you self-taught?
I'm self-taught too. I went to school, beauty school, 2019, but it wasn't about makeup because they didn't really teach that. It was more for skincare because I wanted to be an esthetician. So
Hmm.
waxing, facials, and then they ended up doing you had to do nails in order for you to get your full
Yeah, that
special.
was a part of that.
Yeah. So I ended up right.
I love, love, love. I overlove your looks. So one of the things I wanted you to talk about is what were your high and lows once you started in 2019?
Okay, well, what I would say is because I talk to a lot of people about this, people try to understand like my strategy as far as like building clientele.
Hmm.
That's the hardest thing for anybody once you start something. It's
Yeah,
like, how do you get clients? How do I, attract people to come to me? Like, how do I get noticed? And
hmm,
I just always tell people what I did was post, post, post. I posted whether I got 1 like, 10 likes, 1,000 likes. I was not gonna stop posting. You was gonna see something from me every day. So I try my best to put it in your face because eventually, either you're gonna like it, you're gonna follow, or you're not gonna follow.
exactly.
Right.
Girl, that's my struggle. Girl, you preaching.
That's no, that's what worked for me. So I always tell people like, try your best to be consistent with posting. And I notice too, the more I post, the more clients I get because when you go ghost off Instagram now is like the yellow pages. Every restaurant, anywhere you
You
want
ain't
to go,
lying.
yeah, you look it up on Instagram before you even get there, and you'll see everything that you need to see. That'll give you like the green light. All right, I trust this location or this person. I'm gonna go to them. So I try my best to, keep posting, stay in people's faces so you won't forget like, oh, I'm scrolling and then boom, the Makeup Gawd pops up. Oh, let me see if she has availability right now. But if I didn't post that, you wouldn't remember me.
You
You would
would have
remember another
known.
person.
And let me tell you, you did amazing with the branding, the Makeup Gawd, because I think everywhere you would go, and if you mention that, they would know, like, yeah, I know her, or I've seen her work.
Hmm.
One of the things that I noticed is that you do post consistently in your work. It's always cohesive. It's not like one day I'm like, this look does not look good, does not match the client neck, does not match the client face. You're very consistent
Thank you
in
so much.
your work. And
Thank
I
you.
want to tell you, do beautiful women of color glam, natural glam. And one of the things that I noticed that set you apart than all the makeup artists, including me, because honey, the only time they get them 30, 40 minutes is bridal. Is bridal. I mean, but my minutes is 45 minutes, and I had to work on time management. How did you come to that? How did you come to the 30-minute beat glam that look, honey, flawless?
With that, it really just comes with being repetitive because I feel like when you do something repetitiously, it starts to become second nature. So like
Mhm.
even now I can't really even explain when I see a client and they're like, how did you know my color? Like I've never sat in your chair before. I'm like, I don't know. It just comes with time. Like I've seen maybe this range of complexion, so I kind of know what to mix, what not to use, what to use. The lighting has to be correct, and then I know like, okay, let me use this foundation or this concealer. So it really just came with time.
I'm happy that you say that because with me also the same thing.
Hmm.
I'm a person with hyperpigmentation and I've always been like that. I was born like that. My face and my neck is darker than the rest of my body.
Right.
So one of the things I even got into makeup because of that, trying to match my body and my face.
Right.
One of the things that I notice about your clients and other makeup artists will understand is even your clients with hyperpigmentation, I can tell. Of course, we get that because we're women in color. A lot of us have
Yeah.
hyperpigmentation. I
Hmm.
can't tell the clients that you have to have hyperpigmentation. You know why?
Why?
Because they don't look great. You match their body, their
And,
face, and their
and that
nails.
that right there is hard for a lot of people. Like if I had $1 for every time somebody sat in the chair and said, "Can I take a picture of this foundation?" I can't find something that matches my skin. I'm two tone, da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Take a picture of it because I know sometimes you may not, have the time to book an appointment, or you may not have the funds to book an appointment. So I try to be, what's that word? Like nice in a sense. Like I'm not a gatekeeper per se. Like some people don't want to show you what they use. I'm gonna make a reel and show you what I'm using because it doesn't mean you're gonna do it like me, but I want you to be able to use the same product. Maybe it'll work for
Exactly.
you. Mm-hmm.
A lot of my clients are are repeat clients, and I met them either from doing makeup at a wedding or something like that. And one of the biggest things for my client have done the same thing. Which, if I'm busy on a Saturday, I try to keep it moving, and
Right.
I allow them to do take the picture because the way I keep my schedule, especially when I'm in a salon and not home in my beauty room.
Right.
One of the things that I show my clients, and I love working with women with hyperpigmentations like me, is how to match their skin. Because I'm like, if you go with the color of your face and not your body, it's gonna look off.
It
especially
is.
when you take a picture with a flash. And
It
if
is.
you just try to match your face to your body, you're gonna look casket white.
Right.
So a lot of my clients, they're like, "Oh, you use two foundations." I'm like, I had to because I had to mix your undertone, or I had to mix because of your skin. Like me, I use two different color foundation. I wish, girl, there
Me
was
too,
one
though.
foundation that I can use on me, but I haven't
Yeah, I
found it
used
yet.
to.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that's a tip for all y'all out here. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear what she's saying? Y'all hear what I am saying? You have to mix a foundation. Do not ever force a foundation to match a client.
Yeah. It's not.
There will not be a returning client.
Mm-mm.
So one of the other questions I wanted to ask you, is there a makeup artist or a celebrity or someone out there when you started out with makeup that you actually looked up to?
Okay, when I first started, I used to watch It's Hot Chick. You know Hot Chick?
Girl,
Ashley?
yes. I
Yes.
went to one of her meet and greets.
I used to watch her a lot. And who was the other one? Back in the day, we had Donovan Lamar at Let's Get Laced. Because he used to do my makeup a lot. Him and Beauty Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
They used to do my makeup a lot. I wanted to model at one point in my life. And that's
I
how I
see
got
that.
into makeup, actually. I was like, ooh, this is getting a little expensive to keep paying for, makeup for gigs. And I'm not a full-blown model, so the gigs I'm going to are really to get noticed. So they're free. Coming out of pocket, to get service. So I had to try to learn. And I would kind of mimic, the look that they would do on me. I would try to, repeat it on myself. And I just got the hang of it. But I used to look up to them a lot. Those two.
Dang, you used to. I did read also that you used to model, and I did read that you used to sing. And this is what the whole reason or the whole premise why I started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Some of your favorite beauty influencers and your makeup artists in South Florida are not just makeup artists. Like we have other talents.
Other
We do
talents, right.
other things, and I wanted to showcase that to everyone out there who's probably working a full-time job, who want to do lashes on the side, who want to do nails on the side, who just want to do makeup on the side. Baby, you could do it.
Right.
You could do it. One of the things that I did when I was coming up, and because I was self-taught, when I wanted to learn bridal, I flew to Chicago to this girl I used to follow a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
happened to be going to a church conference. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sneak me up a makeup class.
Mm-hmm.
When I wanted to learn how to do glam, I went to oh my God, what's her name? That did the makeup for Housewives of Atlanta. Alexandria.
Okay.
Alexandria Butler.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that one.
And I went to Beat Face Honey when she came to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I also took a class with Tiana Robinson.
Oh.
When she came down here.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2019, right before COVID, literally. So it's like, I just want everyone to know, even as self-taught or makeup artists, there's a lot more that goes into, even if you just went to school, or even if you take classes with other, like Beauty Amazon. At one point, she was offering classes.
Right.
And I love the way that she does makeup. Actually, watching her is one of the reasons I wanted to go into makeup and doing film and production. And I actually got to do 3.
Congrats.
Thank you. And girl, you're gonna be right there.
That's what I was just having a conversation. Picasso that does makeup.
Yes.
So we were talking probably like a week or so ago, and I noticed now she's like really heavy with Pretty V, and Pretty V does a lot of acting right now. So I was saying I've been trying my best to I don't know, I've been praying to get that gig where I could do a TV show, a movie, fly overseas or something. That's what I really
Actually, as a matter of fact, I also wanted to know a little more about once you started doing makeup and got into this industry, did you feel as if it was a little bit harder for you when it comes to your other counterparts? Because some makeup artists went viral and that made them popular, and some people had to just keep on working. Do you think it's because you went viral or just because you kept grinding?
I think it's because I kept grinding. I just recently went really viral. It was a dark skinned girl that I did, and that's one of the main things in makeup. People feel like they always make dark women too orange, too gray,
But
too
it's true.
dark, too light. Like it was always something. So with that one, that's what really took my following up. But I feel like it's because I've been grinding. Like, personally, to me, I feel like my page should be way bigger than it is
I agree.
because of how. Thank you. Because of how consistent I try to be, and the type of content that I try to put out. But Instagram has its politics and algorithm and stuff like that.
It will come a time
Mm-hmm.
where you're gonna just go like I'm not even at 3,000 clients, but what I tell people, I'm sorry, followers on IG, what I tell people is don't look at the numbers.
Right.
Because I be booking busy.
Right.
I be sending people elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you are doing the right things. You're being consistent. You're putting out good work, and you're matching us. You're matching the women of color, baby, and that
Right.
is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you are gonna get there. I would just encourage you to not give up.
Mm-hmm.
When I was thinking about who I wanted to interview for this podcast, I was like, I have to get her on here. So we're gonna be closing very soon, but I wanted to ask you, in 5 years, where do you see the Makeup Gawd?
5 years. Hopefully, I'm in Santorini for a
Girl,
year filming a movie.
girl,
That's where I want to be.
from your ears to God. Ooh,
Right.
girl, God, you heard her.
God, see for others.
Girl, you got this. And you can
Mhm.
make it happen because all it takes is one celebrity.
That's it.
All it takes is one connection, and it doesn't have to be a celebrity. It takes
That's
one connection. And to me, it's like once you get that opportunity, because you come in a lot of contact with a lot of people, that's literally how it happened. I know that's in my arsenal that was able to get up that early.
well, you have me. I will get. Listen,
Yes, I know.
I've been. It's so crazy. I wish somebody would have got this on camera. I remember when I used to sing, and I was in the middle of my session. It's when I first started doing makeup. I had a girl book an appointment. She was like, I really need you for my birthday. I don't want to go to no one else. I'm like, okay, cool, come. I didn't have any ring light, nothing. I literally put my phone in my mouth and I had the flash because I had both my hands doing makeup. The
Girl,
flash from my phone is flashing on her. She's sitting in the chair and I'm doing her makeup in the booth mid song.
dang.
Yes.
Girl, you is talented
Yes.
and
I'm very
multi-talented.
serious about
But
makeup.
that's another thing you can add to your videos.
Right.
You could do your own hook. No, I'm just saying, because you're very talented. You could do your own hook.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I went to your YouTube. I went to your YouTube.
Oh, you did some research.
Yes, I did, baby. Yes. I want our audience and our guests to know the Makeup Gawd is just not a makeup artist. Like she's very multi-talented. I look at your work and I'm like, yeah, just like me and Montreal and other people that I know that's in the beauty industry, we're more than just the beautiful looks that you see. We're more than what you just, see around.
Right.
And I want everyone to know that you're a songstress.
Thank you.
I want everybody to know you have great customer service skills, because if you could get somebody else out in 30 minutes and still bang these lists consistently that I see, they need to go over there.
And I'm big on that. I feel like
makeup
is your makeup session, or even when you get your hair done, it should be an experience. Like it's never just I'm taking your money, get out my chair. We talk. It's very therapeutic for me. I'm meeting people. Like I'm a people person, so I really enjoy like my
girl. I am you. You are me.
Yes, we here.
I talk to all to be there, and just leave the people feeling encouraged. Right. So I have a hot topic question for you tonight.
Okay,
girl. My hot topic question is about the customer service in South Florida. I've gotten a bride. Well, she became my bride. I've gotten clients who makeup artists have canceled on them last minute. What do you say about that? It's happening a lot here in South Florida.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be 100% transparent. When I first started, I did have my times where I have canceled on people. Probably because I wasn't focused. It was just something to do. I probably was out the night before and then I couldn't make it for, the client the next day. But when I really got serious with makeup, I don't cancel people. And I don't feel like that is it's very like rude and inconsiderate, especially like people who will come to me, let's say their wedding day. Oh my God, my makeup artist canceled. Are you able to take me? I'm getting married in like an hour. It's like, how can you cancel on somebody's most important day of their
I
life?
had two of those.
That's crazy to me.
I had two of those. And the thing about it is life is gonna life, because I had I think Becca's Beauty who contacted me because she
Mm-hmm.
got sick,
Mm-hmm.
and but I was already on my way to work, so I couldn't take her client.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had got COVID from one of the patients,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I was coming down with something, and I had like 3 4 clients scheduled back to back.
Right.
And I said, you know what, let me go get a rapid test because I don't want to service someone and I don't
Get
feel
them.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was positive. But you know what? I called Montreal, I called Hillary, and I called someone else.
I
And
was just
literally,
telling somebody this yesterday. Everybody is not cut out to run a business. Yeah, you may have the talent, but running a business, doing the makeup and actually running a business as a makeup artist is two different things.
let me tell you, I'm going to have a segment in a few months, and I'm going to have several of you guys on here. I'm going to have Montreal. I'm going to ask you to come back, and it will be a date that's going to be, you guys will all know. And one of the things I want to discuss is what you're talking about now. A lot goes into starting a business as a makeup artist, and I had to get it out of the mud. I had to find out how to file my taxes myself. I
Yep.
mean, get my paperwork together. Now I have
Mm-hmm.
an accountant that I've been using for what, like 6 years. But
Mm-hmm.
the things is keeping my receipts, keeping a books, promoting myself, using
Mm-hmm.
Instagram and Facebook. I
Mm-hmm.
use
Natural
Wix.
glam. Don't worry about the people who want all the exotic looks and cut creases and things like that. Cater to your audience, and your following will grow.
Amen.
Yeah.
I had a client in closing that came to me the other day. Well, she's been a client for years now because I met her at a fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, one thing that made me come back to you is what you said. You did my makeup and I loved it. And she said, when I went out, my cousin was like, oh, I follow her, but your makeup looks the same. And she said, when my cousin told me my makeup looked exactly the same from what she saw that you posted,
Mm-hmm.
as she saw me in person, I
Mm-hmm.
knew you were my makeup artist. And I tell people straight up, I'm not everybody's makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
And that is okay. You may come to me one time. And if
Right.
I'm busy, I'm going to refer you out because I don't need a gatekeep. Because we all do
Right.
beautiful works out here. And everybody have a different personality. And I just want everybody to know that I thank you for being on here, and I'm so excited to see what's going to be in the future for you. I know you're going to do great things. I honestly see you being a makeup artist with Montreal on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like I honestly see your work being on celebrities on TV. I don't know why, but this is what I see for you.
Thank you.
And I hope that you receive that well. I want you to continue to put out that great content that you're putting out. And I am so pleased that you took my interview and
Of
being my
course.
guest on here tonight.
Thank you for
Is there anything that you would like to say in closing?
um I just really I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I really appreciate, you inviting me on here on your platform to speak about it, because we don't have a lot of podcasts for the beauty industry. So I'm glad that you're actually doing this.
Well, that's why I started this. And I want you to know that I'll be in contact with you and I'm
Yeah.
adding you to my
Perfect.
arsenal
Yes.
of makeup artists. And I want everybody to know that also, no matter what field that you're going into, you can also continue to practice. You can do what the Makeup God does. She actually created her own field, her own niche, which is trying to get these 30-minute looks out here, and she's killing the game.
Thank
So
you.
follow her. I will link all of her business and her IG. I want everybody to go and follow her. And if you ever need a quick glam and you're coming from out of town, especially some of my carnival clients coming in,
Yes.
boo, book her.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
you're welcome, and thank you for being a guest on here tonight. Also, I just want all my guests to know the Behind the Beauty podcast is just more than a podcast. I want you guys to know all the insights about small business and your favorite beauty influencers here in South Florida. Everybody have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, boo.